Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, first on the menu, we're going to talk to this guy here. He's got a letter he wants me to deliver to that fat guy on Route 31. However, can't do this quite yet because my party's full at the moment, and I don't want to make a trip to the Pokémon Center just for that, because I'm expecting to go back there a lot today, because I'm going to be training my Zubat today, so it might be a bit of a pain. So, well, why not, even though I already explained it to you? Basically, just use the 4 buttons in the corner. I don't think you're ever going to need to, tune manually with the radio reception map in the middle of the screen. And tune into different radio shows. The only problem is you have to be dead center if you want to be able to hear anything. Otherwise, I already showed you, you're just gonna get a garbled mess and mishmash of dots and letters that mean absolutely nothing. So, now we're out on Route 35 to train my Zubat a little bit before taking on the gym. Route 35 is home to 2 attractions, the National Park and the Pokémon Dome. Pokémon Dome is entirely new to Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It's basically the equivalent of the contest. Man! I hate when they do that! Oh well, at least I guess, Bayleaf can at least finish it off, so I won't need to switch back to a Zubat for anything. And, oh wow, Bayleaf actually got a level up on that. And he even wants to learn Reflect. Not that I'm ever going to use it, but hey, I'm going to ditch Poison Powder. I was planning on maybe using Reflect against Bugsy if my Bayleaf's level was high enough when I got there, but not only it wasn't high enough, but I didn't end up needing it at all. But yeah, I was talking about the Pokémon. It's basically the equivalent to the contests in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, as well as those god-awful musicals from Black and White. I still don't know what they were thinking when they put that in the game. But yeah, the Pokémon is by far the most interesting one of those diversions. There was a poll on the TSG forums at one point, and it was practically a shutout. Everyone thinks that the Pokémon is better than any iteration of the contest or the musicals. The way it works basically is that, you know how in contests you've got 5 contest stats? Well, in the Pokémon you got 5 Pokémon stats as well, and those are affected by Aprijuice, which you can make using Apricorn. The way this works is that you're gonna get a blender when you can start going to the Pokémon, which isn't right now, by the way. But yeah, you can get that blender, and you can put up to 5 Apricorns inside that blender, and after you walk 100 steps, you're gonna have your Aprijuice that you're gonna be able to serve to your Pokémon. And what the Aprijuice does is that it boosts certain contest stats, but sometimes it's going to lower some other stats as well. So, and by the way, just something that I want to make perfectly clear, Aprijuices do not stack. So what that means is that, oh god, a Pikachu in level 16 at that. That is not good. I'm going to send Zubat out of there because I'm just asking for trouble if I keep it in. But anyway, as I was saying, Aprijuices, they don't stack. So that means there's absolutely no way you're gonna max out every single stat on a Pokemon. This is especially sad considering Ditto can have a potential maximum of 5 stars in every single stat, but the fact that you can't stack them means that you're not going to have that perfect Ditto that you might be interested in order to dominate on the Pokémon. And as for the Pokémon, there are 10 different events. Each one uses various stats in a different way. And since there are stats that are needed for each event and others are not needed, that means there are Pokemon that are much better than others at various events. I think the official guide even has some recommendation as to which Pokemon is recommended for which event. You can also look up on Cerebi. There's a page with all the base and max stats that you can obtain for each Pokemon, so you can use that to decide which Pokemon you're going to want to use for the Pokethlon as well. And I'm not even going to attempt to explain the effect of the Apra juice, depending on what apricorns you put in there, because it's a huge mess, and I'm not quite sure I understand it myself, to be honest. But that's going to be it for the Pokethlon, I think. I said everything I wanted to say. So there's also going to be the National Park coming up soon, and it's the place where you can do the bug catching contest on I think, it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if I'm wrong, don't bother correcting me. I can just look it up anytime I want. But anyway, yeah, it works pretty much the same as it did in Gold, Silver, Crystal. You use one Pokemon in order to weaken the Pokemon you encounter in there, and after that, the one with the Pokemon that has the most points, which is decided by various factors, such as HP remaining at the end of battle, the IVs of the Pokemon, and there are also all kinds of other factors that affect the score. The guy with the highest score is going to win the first prize, which is an evolutionary stone, usually. I think before you get the National Dex, it's always a Sunstone, but afterwards you can get any other evolutionary stone. And I think I remember this trainer, he's got 4 Voltorbs with increasing levels, so no, I'm not gonna try and keep Zubat in there as long as I can, because that's just stupid. Anyways, I was about to say, if you remember, I made a video about how the formula was calculated for the score in the bug catching contest in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. That video is still up, by the way, but I still haven't found any... Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Static! Freaking hate those abilities! Maybe I should have used Thunderbolt, even though it's not very effective, but... Oh well, what's done is done. I can't go back, and there's a thunderstorm that's about to start outside, so I better hurry up and finish up this video before it gets here. And yeah, full paralysis, just wonderful. There's a 25% chance of that happening, and it used Charge again. It doesn't have an electric move, does it? Even so, well, it's... What? Why did he just switch his Voltorb? He had like 2 special defense boosts and he wasted them just like that. Wow, well that's not the first nonsensical switch in this LP, and I get the feeling this might be a recurring theme. But anyway, here's that Voltorb again, now with less special defense, not that it really matters anyway. But, yes, I was about to say, I still haven't found the formula for the score in the Heart Gold, Soul Silver. All I know is that, apparently, the HP remaining is much more of a factor than it was in Gold, Silver, Crystal, because I've heard plenty of horror stories of Caterpies and Weedles winning contests over Scythers and Pincers that were caught at low health by human players. And by the way, another addition to the bug catching contest is that after you get the National Dex, they actually added some bug Pokemon from Hoenn and Sinnoh for you to catch there. Don't have the list in front of me. I know you can find Wurmple there, but other than that, there are a few other Pokemon from Hoenn and Sinnoh that you can find, but only after getting the National Dex. Anyway, Static being triggered means it's my cue to head back to the Pokémon Center to heal. I would have imagined that I'd be doing that a lot because my Zubat would keep getting a pounding, but no, it's because Gengar is paralyzed, though Zubat has some missing HP, so I guess it's not really going to matter a whole lot anyway. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to send the Pokemon in the PC to make room for that Spearow the guy has, who wants me to send the mail to Route 31. I'm not going to head back to Route 31 the hard way quite yet. I'm just gonna wait until the Sudowoodo is out of the way. It's gonna be a lot easier, because otherwise I'd be forced to go through the Ilex Forest, the Union Cave, Route 32. That would take a while. Anyway, party Pokemon over there. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that Hoot because I don't really need it right now. Right now I got my Gengar, my Zubat, I still got my Bayleaf just in case, as well as my 2 HM Slays. No, I didn't want to go back in there, sorry about that. So, let's go get that mail. I don't remember what it says in this game. I do remember that in Gold, Silver, Crystal it said something about not the Rock Tunnel, the name's escaping me, the Dark Cave! The mail was about how the Dark Cave had a secret exit on Route 46, but I don't think it's the same in this game, so I'm just gonna check it out. Oh yeah, there was a weird tree, yeah. Sudowoodo's really the talk of the town, isn't it? It just had to pick the one tile in the entire game where it would be the biggest pain in the ass possible. Anyway, let's read that mail. Letter! Thank you, adventure was fun, was it? Zubat was the one thing I wanted to avoid. And you just gave it to a guy with a Zubat as his lead. Thankfully, I was on my bike, so he didn't see the Zubat, but if I wasn't... But whatever, it's just a stupid detail. And, by the way, oh yeah, this guy here is a fire breather. It's a trainer class that we haven't seen since Gold, Silver, Crystal, well, except for the remakes, obviously. But, I'm sort of wondering why. I mean, it's sort of a weird and random concept for a trainer class anyway. But I'm sort of wondering, with the Pokemon Company and Game Freak being so censor happy these days, I can't help but wonder if, you know, it was sort of a don't try this at home sort of deal, and that's why they haven't made an appearance since then. Though I guess they would have been censored from this game as well if that really was the case. And ow, well, that Ember really stung. But then again, I'm dealing with a level 16 Magmar. I'm going to try and put it to sleep. See if I can... I was burned, so... Well, Zubat isn't going to be killing that Magmar. Time to send out Gengar, and since Magmar was faster, it wouldn't have even been a good idea to do U-turn because he would have killed my Zubat, and that's something that I want to avoid, and was just out-predicted pretty badly on top of that just now. But yeah, that's something that I really, really want to avoid, my Zubat getting killed. Well, of course, I always try to avoid getting my Pokemon killed, but this is especially important here since it's going to evolve by happiness after it evolves into Golbat, and of course, dying lowers happiness. I think it's by 1 point. I remember reading the effect of dying on happiness, and I remember thinking, what? That's it? That's just 1 point? It's because I think that's 1 point anyway. So I guess this is... Phone! No, not in real life. It was just this one. Though it would have been sort of fun if my phone rang in real life at the same time as it rang in the game. But either way, Picnicker Gina, you want to keep an eye on that trainer whenever she calls you, because sometimes she's going to give you evolutionary stones. Those are sort of rare items, so I think it would be pretty cool to get one, even though I have no plans on using any in this LP. And, oh yeah, you can't go over to the Pokéthlon Dome until you've beaten Whitney, I believe. And speaking of the Pokéthlon and evolutionary stones, the Pokéthlon is now the best way to obtain evolutionary stones in this game because, well, there are a few types of evolutionary stones that are on sale each day. Sorry about that. Each week. Well, each day of the week, I guess I was going to try to say. And, oh yeah, today's Thursday, so that means the bug catching contest is on. And I'm not going to do that quite yet because I'm just about done for today. But I think if tomorrow I can cover the national park without the bug catching contest, then on Saturday I think I might actually partake in the contest itself and show it to you then. So see you guys tomorrow!